Hi, I'm Reggae Girl Marlo Sweatman. You're watching Eddie Vision TV. Like, share, and subscribe.
All right, greetings, sports fans. Welcome back to another episode of Off the Bench podcast. I'm joined today by the Reason Boss himself, Richard, aka Richie Pooh Sports. How you doing?
Yeah, I feel like I've been to the mountaintop and having come down from the mountaintop, I'm reflecting and reasoning and just trying to gather the smoke-filled ruins of what has been a tumultuous Gold Cup campaign. Wow, what a journey in the space of a few weeks. Wow.
Yeah, as I say, we're picking up the pieces, as Massacre and Jesse would say. It's been a, don't know what adjective to use, but let's say good Gold Cup for the team and Coach Hallgrímsson. We making it to the semifinals. Many persons would say that's the mere minimum, the bare minimum to make it to the semifinal. We've done that. We had our eyes set on the prize. We had our eyes set on winning the entire thing, Razor Boss. But it wasn't to be, and we came up against a very, very good Mexican team, and they exposed us and showed up, our weaknesses. But in this video, I want to first look at what went wrong, if anything, in our Gold Cup campaign this year.
This campaign showed that there are levels. This campaign showed that there are levels in the Concacaf region. In the group stage, I mean, that 1-1 performance against America, we were critical of that performance in that we could have won. It was a great opportunity to actually beat America. But a point after one game set us, on good standing. We went on to take care of the Soca Warriors and took care of St. Kitts and Nevis. And we thought, yeah, man, with our, star-studded attacking lineup, we can run things. We got past Guatemala with a single goal. And then it was L3. Now, L3 are experiencing a revival under the new coach Lozano. They would have been smarting from the 2-2 draw at the Azteca. I think that they would have felt that they should have got the job done. And as a result of that, the coach was given his marching orders. Now, I feel that Coach Jaime is under the spotlight, Eddie Vision, viewers and subscribers. I believe that he's in the spotlight because I'm hearing already that people are questioning his tactical acumen, his selectorial decisions, the likes of Brown over Alemba Kisa. They're wondering why a Ravel Morrison or more of DJ in the midfield was not seen. And as a result, when we bucked up with Mexico, as you said, we were found out. And it was a rude awakening, it must be said. The defense showed some of those old amateur-like characteristics that made me sit up. I didn't expect to see lax defending such as that. Certainly for the first and third goal. The second goal, bringing down the player Javane Brown and Damian Lowe gave away a very agricultural free kick, and we were made to pay in no uncertain terms. No goals scored. We had the likes of Antonio, Gray, Bailey, and Nicholson had very good opportunities to stamp their class on the game against Mexico, but they proved not to be clinical enough when it mattered most. And Coach Jaime, despite seeing the scenes of the players dancing in the changing rooms, a feel-good factor behind the scenes, ultimately on the field, we were lacking. And work, and more work needs to be done. I think the good news for the Reggae Boyz is that we have a level of consistency in terms of the squad selection. The camaraderie seems to be building, and having judged the press conference of Coach Jaime, I think he's aware that lessons will be learnt by him and his staff as well as the team going forward, because this was a lesson. They wanted to win this Gold Cup, but they were given a stark reminder that there is work to be done on many levels as far as the Reggae Boyz are concerned. But big up and respect for getting past Guatemala, getting past the group stages, getting past the quarterfinals, and giving the Reggae Boyz fan base new hope that we are heading in the right direction with us embracing the Jamaican diaspora. That is one of the biggest things. No more JPL local based players for the sake of it and for short-sighted reasons. We are embracing the best players we have at our disposal who are committed to playing for Jamaica and can adapt and carry out the orders under Coach Jaime Hallgrímsson. But those orders need to be set right so we can actually have the most effective Reggae Boyz team possible.
All right, good. And for me, in terms of what went wrong, I would say, the fact that I think the team reached their peak. This batch of players, and I think the team was a little bit thin in certain areas, especially the midfield. So we had an 11 pretty much. We had to keep on playing the same players over and over. So the team became tired after a while. And as I said before, it reached the peak. We couldn't go anymore with this team. And worse, we're playing much better opposition. So I think that's where the train stopped. We have to come up at this stop and head home. But all the best to the Reggae Boyz going forward though. And as we look forward though, Reza Boss, what's next? I know in the immediate future we have the Nation League, but how do you see this team moving forward in terms of the makeup and the strategies? And do we move forward with the coach?
Why, Eddie, you're not sparing the horses here. Let me, from London, England, tell you straight as I see it right about now. I made mention of it earlier. Coach Jaime, I thought, would be under the spotlight with his tactics and his selection. The fact that we did not have a Ravel Morrison in the squad, well, it was accepted given that Ravel didn't have a club he was playing for regularly. But the need for a creative midfielder or midfielders, the need to have a robust, combative midfield, we need better quality players. Latibade did his best. Kevin Lambert played a couple of his best games for Jamaica, but he was found woefully wanting against Mexico. Going forward, the good news, as far as I'm concerned, is that Coach Jaime and his coaching staff are prepared to look far afield. England, America, wherever the talent is in Europe, they're willing to embrace it. It's the best quality players who can operate against the likes of Mexico, an A-list Canada, an A-list America. Those are the teams that we need to have collected together. That's the squads we need. So going forward, I think that the word will have gone out that Damari Gray had a good time, experienced good things. Leon Bailey seems to be still up for the battle. Mikel Antonio will still be up for the battle, no doubt, we hope. And we're going to be looking at better quality midfielders playing for Jamaica. They'll know that Jamaica made the semi-finals of the Gold Cup, but because the shouts will be going out, we were short against Mexico. If players are deemed better and feel that they're better equipped than the Latibades, who are defenders ostensibly, then they will be called into the camp. The thing is to then retain those players so they can be a band of brothers singing from the same hymn sheet, working regularly together so we can put our best foot forward in Nation League and, of course, World Cup qualification campaigns. But preparation and consistency is absolutely key. Going forward, again, I just reiterate, we need the best quality players and those who can carry out the orders of Coach Jaime. But he needs to be able to put out instructions that people are willing to follow to bring out the flavor and not be on the back foot, but be on the front foot and be a balanced, competitive team, as we saw in the likes of Mexico and Panama.
All right, folks. That's another episode of Off the Bench podcast. I'm Eddie Guna, and that was the Reason Boss. You guys go over there, support him on his YouTube channel, Rich Post Sports. I'll drop a link of the channel in the description below. All right, you know the drill. Like, share, and subscribe.